everyone, and welcome to my first reading vlog. We'll see if this footage ever sees the light of day. If it does, it means that at least I've done something that I'm somewhat happy with. So, today is February 6th, it's a Saturday, and I thought I would start vlogging now because I really enjoy watching other people vlog, so I might enjoy doing it myself. And I actually want to participate in the 24 and 48 readathon that is going on this weekend. So I was actually going to cheat and start yesterday evening already because I'm never going to finish 24 hours of reading in this weekend. But I didn't read yesterday because I was so tired. I went to sleep early, and well, I did read, but before that it was evening. I read an audio on the way to work and back from work, so that didn't really count. But yeah, I'll try to read as much as possible this weekend. I'm currently reading Cersei by Madeline Miller. I am 256 pages in of a 330 page book, so I'm quite far along. I do think that I will finish this one today already, and then I can pick a second one. I don't know what that one will be because I have a lot that I want to get to as soon as possible, so we'll see. Current thoughts on Cersei. I am enjoying it, but I'm not loving it as much as I thought I would. I thought that this would be a new favorite, and that's really not the case. Around 150 pages in, I was thinking, well, I'm liking it, but there's not really a plot, but you know, that's normal because 150 pages were only in the beginning. And then I realized, no, we're halfway through because this is such a short book. And normally I don't mind that. Normally I finish a book and I think, well, there wasn't really a plot there, right? But I didn't even notice it while I was reading because there were a lot of other aspects that kept me invested. So the fact that I noticed that here does mean that the other aspects weren't as strong as I normally prefer. This is told in first person, so you follow Cersei, but Cersei is a goddess and I did not really feel connected to her. Maybe that's something that the author was trying to do because she is a goddess, we are mortals, and there is going to be a separation between us. But that in itself, and then also not having a plot, made that the atmospherical part is the most important here. And so I am enjoying it because of that. I am really enjoying the writing style. I'm also enjoying the fact that Cersei meets these mortals, and then you almost have a short story between the interaction with Cersei and the mortals and their problems. So I do really enjoy that, but you don't really have that overarching plot. You just have almost a collection of short stories where Cersei is in as well. So I do think that the theme of Greek mythology, this is the first book with that theme that I've read, is something that is drawing me in, as well as the writing style and the atmosphere, but I would have liked a little bit more connection to the main character. I think if you like the Winter Night trilogy by Catherine Arden, that this is a little bit in the same vein, but that was one of my favorites, it still is, because there it is told in third person. So even though the main character isn't really connected to you, you do see other perspectives as well, which are very interesting, and you have a little bit more plot, especially in the second and the third book. While here you only see from Cersei's POV, meaning that the other characters aren't that interesting. They are, but you're not really invested in them because you don't get that much information and because they're not in the story the entire book. So while I'm enjoying it, it's not disappointment because it's still a 4-star read. Probably if I would give stars, I give very high ratings, 3.5, 4-star read. So I am enjoying it, but I thought that maybe this would be a 5-star read. So, you know, we'll see. And then the second book that I am not starting yet, but it's on my TBR, I might start this weekend, that is Full Metal Alchemist Volume 2. So this is a manga. And again, the first volume was enjoyable, but I wasn't really connected to the story. There wasn't really an overarching plot yet. But I have heard that this increases in the second volume, that the first volume isn't the strongest, it's one of the weakest entries. So that is giving me hope. I would like to finish 2 graphic novels / mangas each month. So it's not really high priority, but I do want to start it this weekend. But for now, I'm just going to read Cersei and see what I think of the ending. quick update. It is now 12 o'clock, so it's noon. We're going to eat some sandwiches. I just sent my husband to get some because I'm really hungry and we don't have any bread in the house and I'm too lazy to go to the supermarket. So that's why we're just going to get some sandwiches, quick and easy. But I did finish another 50, 60 pages in Cersei. We're now at page 310, so only 20 pages left. And I did enjoy the last 50 pages more than the previous ones, even though it's a quite steady book. I don't think that there are any pacing issues, and in general I did enjoy the entirety up until now. But these last pages, she is in contact with mortals for a longer period of time, so you have that relationship a little bit better, in my opinion. So I did like this more. And then the ending of the last chapter that I read, she is going to have some contact with her father again, which I do enjoy, and I am quite excited to see what follows now. So let's see. So update, I finished Cersei. I really enjoyed the ending, to be honest. Yeah, I think that, as I said before, it's not going to be a new favorite, but it was a very enjoyable read. It's a very quick read. It reads very easily. The writing style is just something that... I have 2 dogs here at the moment, so I'm sorry. So what I was saying is that I did really enjoy the writing style. It's not a dense read at all, and you can read it very quickly if you want to. I quite enjoyed it, but yeah, within a week or more than that, I'm not going to be thinking about it as I do with other favorites that I would have. So that's why it's not going to be a 5-star read, even though I don't give stars. If I would give stars, it wouldn't be a 5-star read. But I would recommend it to anybody if you like Greek mythology, if you like something like the Winter Night trilogy, as I said before, then I do think that this is something that you will enjoy as well. And it has some very fairy tale-esque feelings. And the end message that it had, which, you know, it's a thread throughout the entire book, but at the end, it's really present, and you can really see like, okay, yes, this was present throughout the entire book, and here it becomes very obvious. I did really enjoy that as well. So yeah, good book. Now I will have to pick another book, and I don't really know which one, so I'm just going to pick one now and we'll see how far I get this weekend. Attack! These are the books that I would like to get to very soon, and now I just have to pick one. Difficult. Okay, so quick update. It's currently 9 in the evening. It's still Saturday, and I haven't read anything since the last time that I updated you because I was busy doing nothing. I was a little bit lazy today. I watched a lot of YouTube videos from other booktubers and quite enjoyed that. And I also cleaned the house a little bit. Oh, and I actually did read because I started a new audiobook, A Foreign Country by Charles Cumming. This is a spy thriller, and it's actually the book that was chosen for the Genre Raiders read-along. And I will link the 2 booktubers that are hosting this read-along in the information section down below. Because this is a read-along that I started. This is actually the first book that I'm going to read along with them, where each month they choose a different book from a different genre. And that's actually something that I wanted to do to broaden my horizon a little bit. I still want to read mostly fantasy, but I would like to read some other genres in between as well, just to know a little bit about these genres. For example, I've never read a spy thriller before, so, you know, it's a good thing to try once in a while and see if I like it. I'm not that far in. I listened to 1 chapter, but it's a pretty short book. It's only 9 hours on audiobook, so that's short. And I actually don't know if I'm going to continue on audiobook, because what I have realized thus far is that there are some time switches. So it starts in 1960, 1970, something like that. And in the second chapter, it's already current time. And it's also in different countries, I think. So that makes it a little bit difficult to have a genre that you're not used to reading. And then also those time switches and country switches, it's a little bit difficult to follow, I think, on audiobook. So I might want to pick up the ebook or switch between the 2 at least, so that I can follow easily. But I don't think that I will continue that this weekend, because audiobooks, I most usually listen to them when I go to or from work in my car. So I don't think that I will continue this weekend. What I have decided is that the physical book that I'm going to read is The Blade Itself by Joe Abercrombie. This is probably also the book that has been on my TBR, my physical TBR, the longest, that I'm still very interested in. And the reason that I wasn't really reading it until now is because everybody says I'm going to love this. This is grimdark. Joe Abercrombie is Lord Grimdark. They say that he writes very character-driven stories. So everything says that I should really love this, and I'm a little bit afraid that I won't, which is a stupid reason not to pick up a book. So, I'm just going to begin and see what I think of it. I'm actually also thinking that tomorrow I will be able to read more than I thought, because normally I was going to have a walk with my friends. I haven't seen them in a very long time, and then we are allowed to go on walks outside, but we just listened to the news, and apparently the roads are going to be dangerous tomorrow because of a snowstorm, so it's best not to go out. Now, you need to know, if people say it's a snowstorm in Belgium, it means we will have 5 centimeters of snow. That's it. But we are not really used to driving in that. Our tires are not accustomed to driving in snow or when the roads are very slippery. So, and I'm not the best driver either, so I'm just going to stay at home. But that means that I will be able to read a little bit more, even though I do want to update my reading journal, and I do also want to film 2 videos for YouTube. I would like to have a review up, even though I still have to write a review and then film it, so it does take a little bit of time. And I also want to film a tag that I was tagged by a couple books. So we'll see how far I get with reading, but I'll update you after that. And now I'm just going to start the blade itself. Morning everyone, it's currently 9 in the morning, it's Sunday, so yesterday evening I did read a little bit of The Blade itself. I am currently at page 32 of this book, and I'm actually really enjoying it so far. Of course, I can't really say that much yet, but we have met, I think, our 2 main characters. We have met Logan Ninefingers, and he's in a very slippery situation. He's somewhere in the woods, I think. It's very cold, it's snowing, and he has lost his comrades. I think that at this point he's some kind of soldier. You do get to know some of his backstory about his family, his wife, his children, so I can definitely see that this is more going to be a character-driven story, because only 30 pages in, and we already know something about this character from his past, which I really enjoy, always, so that's a big plus. And then we also met Glokta. Glokta is an inquisitor in this realm, and I got a lot of Gulag vibes from previous century Soviet Union. So that's very interesting, because that's a time period that I'm very interested in general, where, people that didn't agree with the current situation were sent to do forced labor in Siberia. And here Glokta is doing the same. If they just want to get rid of somebody for whatever reason, political or skimming off money, then they send them to those forced labor camps. So if that's going to be the vibe, if that's where Joe Abercrombie took some of his inspiration, then I think I'm going to like this story. I'm already so relieved that I actually liked the first couple of chapters, because I want to like this, so I hope I will. But for now I'm just going to read a little bit more, even though I just remembered that I also have to go grocery shopping, and the store closes at noon, so I should have to do that somewhere in the next 3 hours, and I don't want to. I hate grocery shopping, but okay, first read a little bit. Okay, so quick update. I have just finished the pages for February in my reading journal, and I just wanted to show you really quickly, but I have come to the conclusion that while I really enjoy filling in the pages once they're done, so filling in how many pages I read that day, which books I'm reading, if it's audio or physical, I actually hate making the pages. Well, not entirely hate. Once I'm doing it, it's fine, but I always wait until the very last moment, because I'm never really looking forward to doing that. One of those reasons is probably because I'm really, really not creative, and I also don't really want to be. That's not entirely true. I would love to be able to draw very well, but I don't want to put in the effort to actually learn it. For example, this is a dragon. He's fat, he's obese, and when I tried to erase him, the pages broke. So now the pages are damaged and I have my fat dragon forever, but okay. Well, anyway, this is February. If you can't read it, again, I'm not very good at having a very nice font, so, you know, this is hand lettering for dummies. Then here, videos. So these are the videos that I would like to make this month, and probably a little bit more as well, but I really need to think about that and have a planning, because otherwise it's mayhem. Then book log, so the books that I'm reading. Page tracker, still need to fill in the first days of February. Reading month sticker, because I didn't want to draw anything. And then here the reviews are going to come. And then at the end I have my favorite book of the month. So these were the reviews for January, for instance. So yeah, and then I also pimped up the front of the book because it was just black and I had these stickers lying around, and I do think it looks a little bit nicer now. So now I just have to fill in everything and then I'll be fine until the end of February. Okay, so quick update. It's currently almost 3 in the afternoon, Sunday again, and I have made some progress on The Blade Itself by Joe Abercrombie. I'm currently at page 96 and I'm quite enjoying it a lot. We've just seen a little bit more about Logan. He encountered a messenger, he needed to go to someplace, now he is there. And I do think that with Logan's POV we are going to see a little bit more about the magic system. By now we have learned that some people can speak to spirits, and that there are also wizard-like people who do have a lot of power and can do a lot of interesting things. So I am quite excited to learn a little bit more about that. And we also learned that there are some orc-like creatures, or at least I think that they are orc-like creatures. I looked them up on Google because I like to have visual representation, and they reminded me of orcs. So there's that as well. And then we also learned a little bit more about Glokta. I really enjoy Glokta. Glokta is the Inquisitor, as I said before, and he just has a really interesting personality. He's physically impaired, and that does shape his personality as well and how he responds to certain people. For instance, is if he just climbed a set of stairs, he's not going to take shit from anyone. He's going to be very foul-mouthed, and I do enjoy him. What did make me cringe a little bit is that, of course, Glokta is an Inquisitor, so he is going to torture the people he questions, and in general, I don't mind what you do. Pop out an eye, cut off his tongue, do whatever, but don't touch the nails. And he touched the nails, and my hairs are rising again just when I think about it, because that's just a soft spot that I don't like to read about. So I do hope that that doesn't take place any further in the books, but it's grimdark. It's probably going to happen. But yeah, I'm very much enjoying this one. You also have some political intrigue, very thinly, and it's in Glokta's POVs. But that also sounds very interesting. And I do hope that we get to see a little bit more about that. I do think so, because there's a war coming, or at least that's what I'm getting. And if that's the case, then with the war comes politics. Those go hand in hand. So I do hope that they focus on that as well. So for now, I am liking all of the characters. Glokta and Logan are the two most profound ones, but you also have a captain. By the way, I had to look up who's the higher ranking, a captain or a major, because I don't know anything about the military, but now I know, you know, you're never too old to learn. But yeah, I hope that I can read a little bit more today, but we are going to take the dogs for a walk now, and then I hope that I can film a video, but I don't know if I have time today because I still need to write the review, and that takes a little bit of time, and then filming the review also takes some time because I always refilm if I forgot what I was saying mid-sentence or something like that. So it does take me a little bit, and I don't know if I have the time today. So I was going to ask a question because I have a lot of backlog reviews from books or series that I read in 2020 and that I do want to have a review out of because I am continuing with the series or just because I want to. And I would like to know which ones you're most interested in, or if you don't want to see any of those, then also let me know. But I was thinking about reviewing the Winter Night trilogy by Catherine Arden. I was thinking about doing a dual review for Uprooted and Spinning Silver by Naomi Novik. I was thinking about reviewing Farseer and The Life Ship Traders because I am continuing with the Realm of the Elderlings and I would like to have a review up for each of the trilogies in that bigger series. And I was also going to review the saga of The Light Isles by Juliette Marillier. I've also read The Story of Silence and Cersei just recently, but since those are standalones, I would either wait a little bit until I've read a similar book so that I can do, again, a dual review, or, you know, if it's really interesting to some people, I can do a review dedicated to just that one book. So let me know if you're interested in that. But first, have a walk with the dogs. So we came back from our walk. This is what a snowstorm in Belgium is. If they announce a snowstorm, this is around the severity that you can expect, so nothing too bad. Although I have heard that tomorrow it's going to be a little bit worse, so I'm going to see how the roads are, and otherwise I am going to work from home, so, you know, fingers crossed, because I do like working from home. And then we ate just 15 minutes ago, and now we are going to watch a Netflix show, Lupin. I think that most people who are outside Europe don't know the show. It's a French TV show about a man whose father got framed when he was a young boy for a theft that he didn't commit. And now that he is a grown-up, he uses the books of Arthur Lupin as an inspiration in order to revenge his father. And those books are about a gentleman thief. So it's of course not fantasy, but because they are based on those books, which are a little bit Sherlock Holmes, kind of, it does feel a little bit like it is just not normal life. So I do enjoy that a lot. And then I am going to read a little bit more and maybe start my manga. I should start my manga this weekend, but then the weekend is done. So yeah, a little bit sad. So I am going to end the vlog here. I did continue a little bit in The Blade itself, and I think I'm going to read a little bit more this evening still. It's now 9 in the evening. Oh no, it's 8 in the evening, so I still have a lot of time to read if I want to, but I don't think that I will make another update because I do want to edit this and maybe upload it already this evening on YouTube. And I also would like to write a review that I can then film during the week because I haven't done that today. And I feel a little bit guilty about that. I wanted to film 2 videos this weekend and I haven't filmed anything. So yeah. Anyway, see you next time and I hope that you enjoyed the video. Please let me know if you do, that I can make more vlogs in the future. Bye!